Welcome to Tech Talk Central and our latest deep dive. I'm Sarah, here to guide you through the specs and, well, the surprises.
And I'm Nathan. I'm here to help unpack those details and really connect the tech specs to how you'd actually use these things.
Okay, so our mission today, it's a classic head-to-head, a monitor battle royale, if you will. We're pitting two really popular but quite different Acer displays against each other. We've got the Acer Nitro ED240Q.
Right, the gamer one.
Exactly. And the Acer Vero V247Y, both around that 24-inch mark.
Yeah.
We've dug into all the specs, and our goal is simple. Give you the essential info you need to figure out which one is the right fit for you. You know, whether you're building that top-tier gaming setup or maybe just want a comfy, versatile monitor for home.
Yeah, and it's a great comparison because they really do represent two, well, almost opposite approaches, right? You've got the Nitro just screaming speed and immersion, and then the Vero, it's all about utility, eye comfort, maybe better color. It's speed versus practicality, basically.
Okay, let's dive right in then, starting with the most obvious thing. The look and the screen tech underneath. The Nitro ED240Q, it's listed at 23.6 inches, and it just looks like a gaming monitor.
It really does. And that comes down to, I think, two main things. First, that size, combined with the pretty noticeable 1500R curved widescreen display. It uses a VA panel.
And has that sleek zero-frame design, too.
Right, the thin bezels. And that VA panel, the vertical alignment panel, it's really known for giving you much better contrast compared to some other types.
That's a key point, yeah. For listeners, VA means you get those deeper blacks, richer contrast, really good for atmospheric games or watching movies, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
But let's talk about the curve. 1500R. What does that actually feel like when you're sitting there?
Good question. So the R is radius in millimeters. 1500R means the curve matches a circle with a 1500 millimeter radius. For you, sitting in front of it, the idea, according to the source material anyway, is that it wraps the picture around your field of view a bit.
It's more immersive.
Supposedly, yeah. More immersive. And it helps keep the corners of the screen about the same distance from your eyes as the center, which can actually cut down on distortion, helps avoid those weird blind spots in really fast games.
Okay, got it. Now let's swing over to the Vero V247Y. It's a tad bigger, 24 inches, but a totally different design idea. It's got a completely flat panel, and it uses IPS technology.
Right. And it looks more utilitarian. It's got that simple three-sided thin bezel design, plus an anti-glare coating, which is pretty essential for office work.
And the panel tech, IPS?
Yeah, in plane switching. Now, IPS usually trades a little bit of that super high VA contrast for, well, really fantastic color accuracy and much wider viewing angles.
So if you move off to the side.
Exactly. The colors stay true. Or if maybe two people are looking at the screen, that's a huge plus for things like photo editing, any kind of design work, or even just general office tasks.
And the Vero seems to lean into that comfort aspect too, right? It mentions things like low blue light tech.
It does, yeah. It specifically calls out features designed to reduce eye strain over long periods. So marathon work sessions, studying.
Yeah.
That's clearly part of its target use case.
So, okay, we have the Nitro curved VA for contrast and immersion versus the Vero, flat IPS for color accuracy and comfort. That difference really sets the stage for performance, doesn't it? This is where things get really interesting, especially if speed's your main goal.
Oh yeah, this is definitely the Nitro's playground. We're talking refresh rates, response times. The Nitro is built for speed, pure and simple.
It boasts that overclocked 165 hertz refresh rate, so refreshing the image 165 times a second, super smooth. But the response time is maybe even more interesting. They claim 1 millisecond using something called VRB, Visual Response Boost.
Okay, we should probably clarify those acronyms a bit because they matter. The usual standard for measuring how fast pixels change is GTG, gray to gray. VLB is, well, it's often more like a simulated speed.
How does it work then?
It usually involves strobing the backlight, flashing it on and off very quickly between frames. The main point is the Nitro is prioritizing the feeling of speed, making fast motion look clearer, less blurry, even if sometimes enabling that boost might make the screen seem a tiny bit dimmer.
Okay, so focused on perceived clarity in motion. And the Vero V247Y, what's its speed story?
It's respectable, definitely above average for a standard monitor, but slower than the Nitro. It runs at 120 Hz refresh rate, and its response time is 4 milliseconds, using that standard GTG measurement.
Right, so 165 hertz versus 120 hertz, and 1 meets VRB versus 4 meters GTG. That's a significant difference.
It is. But it's worth asking, does the average person really notice the jump from 120 hertz to 165 hertz, unless they're a serious competitive gamer?
That's a fair point. For just general computer use, watching videos, even casual gaming, 120 hertz is actually really, really smooth. That extra bump to 165 hertz, you primarily feel it in those super fast-paced competitive games where every single frame counts.
Right. And the sync technology kind of backs this up too. The Nitro has AMD FreeSync Premium. That's the higher tier, designed to eliminate tearing and stuttering even when your frame rates are jumping around a lot, like with a powerful graphics card.
And the Vero.
The Vero uses adaptive sync, and the source confirms it's FreeSync compatible, which is good, solid performance, but yeah, the Nitro is clearly aiming for that high-end gaming experience.
But they do share the same resolution, full HD 1920 by 1080, and the same brightness, 250 nits. So the basic picture quality baseline is similar. It's really about the motion handling.
Exactly. You're not losing basic clarity, just that peak motion fidelity.
Okay, that speed difference is pretty stark. But like we said, speed isn't everything. How do these monitors actually, fit into your setup? Let's talk connections, ports.
Yeah, the ports tell a story too,
Okay.
and they actually dictate whether you can even get those high refresh rates.
Okay, so for the Nitro, it's all modern stuff. One DisplayPort 1.4, two HDMI 2.0 ports, and they even throw in an HDMI cable, which is nice.
And it needs those ports. This is really important for listeners. DP 1.4 and HDMI 2.0 have the necessary bandwidth for 1080p at 165 hertz. If you plug this Nitro into an older HDMI 1.4 port or use an old cable,
You wouldn't get the full speed.
nope, you'd be limited. It's built assuming you have a modern graphics card and connections.
Makes sense. Now the Vero V247Y, totally different approach again. It keeps things flexible. It has one HDMI port, yes, but also a VGA port. That's old school.
It is. And that, plus the fact that the bundle includes built-in speakers and something called a DockStorm USB port expander, it screams versatility and maybe office use.
Right, that VGA port is a clear sign it's meant to work with older computers, maybe in corporate environments or schools, stuff like that. It sacrifices that peak gaming bandwidth for just maximum compatibility.
And the built-in speakers are just practical for a clean desk setup in a home office, right? Avoids extra clutter.
Definitely. Okay, so beyond plugging them in, how about actually positioning them on your desk? Adjustability. This is where the Vero seems to pull way ahead.
Oh, absolutely. The Nitro's pretty basic here. Reflecting that sort of fixed focus gaming setup, it really only offers tilt adjustment, -5 to 20 degrees.
Pretty standard.
Yeah, it kind of locks you into one main viewing position. But the Vero, it's designed for flexibility, long work hours, maybe even sharing. It's an ergonomic beast, relatively speaking.
Ergonomic beast sounds about right. The specs are impressive. Tilt from -5 all the way up to plus 35 degrees.
Which is a huge range.
Plus, it swivels 120 degrees. It rotates a full 180 degrees, so you can pivot it vertically.
Portrait mode. Yeah,
Yep.
think about coding, reading long documents or web pages.
Mm.
Flipping the screen 90 degrees is incredibly useful for that.
Totally. And it has height adjustment, too, a good 6.5 inches of travel.
That whole package, tilt, swivel, pivot, height, makes the Vero vastly better for anyone sharing a computer, or for setting up a proper ergonomic workstation, where you need to fine-tune the position for comfort over many hours. That's something raw speed just doesn't address.
Okay, so we've hit the big points. VA versus IPS, curved versus flat. The huge speed gap, 165 Hz VRB versus 120 Hz GTG. And then the connectivity and ergonomics, where the Nitro is modern but basic, and the Vero is flexible and super adjustable. Let's try and tie this all together for someone making that final choice.
Yeah, the bottom line seems pretty clear. They're both solid, full HD monitors from Acer. Customers seem to like them, but they're definitely built for different people, different needs.
Right, so if you're that competitive gamer, if speed is absolutely paramount, if you want that deep immersion,
Yep.
you choose the Acer Nitro ED240Q eSpipe, no question.
Yep.
You're getting the fastest refresh rate they offer here, 165 Hz, that optimized 1 meets VRB response time, FreeSync premium support, plus the immersion from the curve and the contrasty VA panel. It's a performance-focused machine.
If your priority is versatility, if you need a monitor for work, for your home office, general productivity, maybe some casual commuting or content creation,
Then the Acer Vero V247Y GB mix is probably the smarter pick.
I agree. You're prioritizing the better color accuracy and wider viewing angles from the flat IPS panel. You're getting vastly superior ergonomics with that full range of adjustments. You get practical extras like built-in speakers. And you get those important anti-glare and low blue light features for eye comfort during long sessions.
So it really boils down to that core choice. Are you maximizing speed and immersion for gaming, or are you maximizing utility, comfort, and maybe color fidelity for everything else?
Well put. And that pretty much wraps up our deep dive on these two Acer displays. We really hope breaking down those specs and what they mean in practice helps you make a decision.
Yeah, hopefully that clarifies things. And that leads us to our final thought, something for you to maybe mull over. Think about not just the raw speed you think you need right now, but also consider the long-term comfort.
Mhm.
Could a monitor that really focuses on ergonomics, on reducing eye strain with low blue light,
Mm.
could that actually save you more in terms of comfort, maybe even productivity over the long haul compared to just chasing a few extra frames per second? Just something to consider.
Definitely food for thought. And of course, to find the latest prices and deals on both the Acer Nitro ED240Q and an Acer Vero V247Y, please do check out the links we've put in the description below.
And please, if you found this deep dive helpful, hit that subscribe button. Join us here at Tech Talk Central for more tech reviews and insights.